whether Kenya is being adequately prepared for a peaceful, free and credible general election in 2027. Within a remarkably short period, Kenyans have witnessed reported attacks involving former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in Rongai constituency, Nakuru County, an attack involving Dr. Fred Matiang'i at Mulot in Bomet County, and the horrifying violence surrounding the Linda Mwananchi rally in Homa Bay, and previously in Keumbu in Kisii County. These incidents require independent investigations.
The United Opposition or the alternative government leaders have launched to start collecting evidence from President William Ruto's government to produce and to give it to ICC International Criminal Court so that they can as well open a case. Remember, the Ruto's case was not finished. It was adjourned because the witnesses were killed and also did not come out to give evidence. But now Rigathi Gachagua-led team, the upinzani, they have said that watahakikisha kwamba wanachukua ushuhuda wote, watachukua evidence yote, ushahidi wote, kuhakikisha kwamba Rais William Samoei Ruto anarudi katika mahakama ya ICC, kuhakikisha kwamba anaharamia madhara yote ambayo amewafanyia Wakenya wakati wake kama kiongozi wa rais ama Jamhuri ya Kenya. Walikuwa wanapeana the pressure, tumsikize vile ambavyo alikuwa anazungumza ama yale ambayo walizungumza. Kumbuka kwamba baadhi ya wale ambao walihudhuria ni Rigathi Gachagua ambaye hakuhudhuria, Dr. Fred Matiang'i ambaye ni former Chief Justice Maraga, kulikuwa na Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Justin Muturi na viongozi wengine wa upinzani. Wale ambao hawakuhudhuria ni akiwemo Rigathi Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa na viongozi wengine katika muungano wa upinzani. Tuwasikilize.
Of particular concern are accounts that some attacks occurred in the presence or within the operational reach of police officers. The government must explain how organized groups of armed civilians can repeatedly mobilize, move openly, attack political leaders, journalists, citizens, and even police officers, and apparently operate with such confidence. The protection of democracy cannot be left to citizens and political leaders alone. It is the responsibility of every Kenyan, every constitutional institution, and every member of the international community committed to democratic governance and the rule of law. We therefore call upon all Kenyans to reject political violence in every form, regardless of who perpetrates it or who claims to benefit from it. We urge religious leaders, civil society, the legal fraternity, professional bodies, the media, youth organizations, and the diplomatic community to stand united in defense of the Constitution and to resist any attempts to normalize intimidation, militia activity, or politically sponsored violence. We further call upon the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to work closely with all relevant institutions to ensure that every Kenyan can vote freely, peacefully, and without fear. Given the recurring pattern of organized political violence, the allegations of possible collusion by rogue state actors, and the apparent failure to prevent repeated attacks against political leaders, journalists, and civilians, we call upon the Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC, to closely monitor developments in Kenya and to undertake a preliminary assessment of whether credible information exists warranting examination under the Rome Statute. Should evidence emerge demonstrating that widespread or systematic attacks against civilians are being organized, financed, directed, or tolerated by those in positions of authority, we urge the prosecutor to exercise the powers provided under Article 15 of the Rome Statute to initiate an investigation, especially against the person bearing the greatest responsibility, namely President William Samoei Ruto, a former ICC indictee, and to review and determine the status of the previous charges against him. The call is not made lightly, nor is it intended to prejudge the criminal responsibility of any individual. It is made because accountability is one of the strongest deterrents against political violence, and because Kenya must never again descend into the circumstances that once attracted the attention of the International Criminal Court. Those who organize violence should know that the passage of time does not erase responsibility. Political office does not provide immunity from international criminal accountability where the legal thresholds established by the Rome Statute are met. Our message is simple. No Kenyan should lose life, their liberty, or their property because of politics. No journalist should fear death for carrying a camera. No police officer should be forced to choose between the Constitution and political interests. No citizen should be denied the right to campaign, assemble, or vote because armed militia have been unleashed upon them. No citizen should lose their lives, limbs, liberty, or property. The 2027 general election must be a contest of ideas, not intimidation, a contest of ballots, not bullets, a contest of democracy, not violence. William Ruto and his militia are an existential threat to our democracy, but the Kenyan people are not powerless. We are calling on people of goodwill to join us in forming a People's Forum for Electoral Preparedness that will be coordinated by the former Chief Justice, Honorable David Maraga, former Attorney General, Honorable Justin Muturi, and Honorable Karori Omondi on the 9th of October 2026. I repeat, the three will be coordinating a People's Forum which has been scheduled for the 9th of October this year. The future of Kenya will not be determined by militias or fear. It will be determined by the sovereign will of the people. God bless Kenya. That is the end of the statement, and we plead with you because it is clear to let us end there. We apologize.